Channel 15 Sports. I'm in Fairhaven, Vermont, and you are watching the Southern Vermont Legion Tournament playoff game between Post 37 and Bellows Falls. You can see Isaac Bizzle out there doing his warm-ups. This was a game that was started on Friday. Torrential downpours. We pick it back up now on a Saturday morning. It's probably nearing 80 degrees already. A very stiff breeze blowing straight out from the hitters to center field. We're going to be in the third inning, tied up at 1-all. Rutland is at the plate. They have Matt Sharon at second base. He got there on a single, and then he stole second base. And at the plate will be Jeff McLaughlin, and I believe he has a 1-ball, 2-strike count. That brings you up to date on where we're at, and against a double elimination. And a winner of this tournament moves on to the state championship to be held next week right here at the same location in Fairhaven, right behind the Fairhaven Union High School. And I'll go through the defensive order for you. Kyle Mack is in left field. Justin Beebe's in center. Ty Golden Peak is in right field. Isaac Bizzle, I've already mentioned, is on the mound. Matt Eisenhuth is behind the plate. Warner Clark's the second. Andy Lacrosse is at second base. Bill Cisco is the shortstop, and Chris Farner is at third. And we are just about set to go. McLaughlin will be followed in that order by La Placa. Rutland getting their run in the second inning, and in the top half of the third, there was Bellows Falls able to get things tied up. And we've got a pretty neat view from right behind home base. If you see the camera shake drastically, it's because I'm ducking out of the way of a foul ball or a throw home. So see the umpire talking to McLaughlin as we get set, and Jeff McLaughlin with a 1-2 count. That is what we have. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Winner moves on to the winner's bracket, which is, of course, obviously overstating the most obvious thing. It's a lot easier on your pitching. Strike 3. First pitch he took right down the pipe, and that'll be a strikeout for the first out of the third inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 strikeouts for the game, and now La Placa up. He struck out in the first. But no, it's a lot less strain on your pitching in such a short tournament. He'll ask for time, as Bissell took a long time to get set. So with that one down, Sharon at second base with excellent speed. And the pitch will be high for a ball. Eisenhuth, a great catcher, excellent catcher behind home base. Got a lot of size, good arm strength to him, and a lot of experience. And he'll go up and keep that ball into play. There's about 15 to 18 feet of space behind home base to the backstop on a pass ball, which will get you to third base probably, especially with Sharon's speed. But it's going to be the place coming home. And again, see that block and the ball right there? Comes the play down to third base, and he's going to be safe. Sharon will be at third base on that ball. That got away from Eisenhuth. It's going to be a wild pitch. And now La Placa with the go-ahead run right down there at third base. And La Placa started the season red hot, had a little mini slump in the middle of the season, but he's picked it back up again, and he's back to being on a good hitting streak right now. And at third base means an error, a fly ball, anything to get you home. That's going to be right off from the catcher's face mask. Might have been the umpire. Yeah, he kind of freeze-framed it for a second there. It's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, pretty stiff breeze right from behind La Placa out to center field. I'd like to thank Post 49, American Legion Fairhaven's team, the guys at the gate. I was able to sweet talk my way by them without having to pay to get in. I always appreciate that. So the go-ahead run down at third base. That pitch high goes to 3 balls, 1 strike. Chris Parker, the on-deck hitter, number 16 for Rutland, right by the Post 31 dugout. I'd like to thank Coach Sorelli for allowing me to set up right here. And like I said, if the camera moves real fast, it's because I'm ducking out of the way of a foul ball. And that'll be a walk, and it's tough to pitch. Take, 3 innings, rain comes, washes the game out. And then you got to come back the next day and kind of pick back up mentally where you were. Because had 6 strikeouts for Bizzle, Isaac Bizzle. He's got runners at first and third. Now, I don't expect them to see them move La Placa from first to second on a steal. And Quista Pace on deck, Parker at the plate. And Parker struck out back in the first inning also. There's a little streak put together of strikeouts by Bizzle. That one right there, good pitch. Fastball around the inside corner, and that'll be strike 1 to Chris Parker. 0-1 to count. First game of the Southern Vermont Tournament in Legion Baseball. Number 1 seeded Rutland, number 4 Bellows Falls. Rutland swept Bellows Falls. Yeah, Nate, so I didn't zoom out, but he just faked the third and faked the first. And a lot of times, I mean, La Placa I don't even think was a full 2 steps off the bag. A lot of times the pitcher just does that because he's not really comfortable with what's going to be called here, what he wants to throw. So with an 0-1 count, again, boy, Eisenhuth, great stop in the dirt in the plate as some of these cut fastballs or sliders that he's throwing are coming up a little shy of making it all the way in. There'll be a 1-1 count now. There's one down, bottom of the third, 1-1 to score. And obviously, if you win this game, it helps your pitching staff in a lot of games in a short span. That's going to be out of play way back for a foul ball. Yeah, I'm not in my comfortable, secure digs like at St. Peter's Field here. I got to be a little more awake on foul balls and throws coming in from behind the. Not worried about myself. I just want the camera to get racked up. 1-2 the count, and they got him in a pickoff. Yep, they got him in a pickle. They got him in a pickoff. And see, he's going to be safe. Oh, they got him out. Oh, he looked like he was coming in under the tag. They will call him out, and LeBlanca with a little stare down. So that's a big out. It makes it the second out. The runner didn't advance from third base to home, and Parker now with a 1-2 count, 2 down, and boy, that remember they had Sharon at second base, and nobody down, and now he's at third with 2 outs. I need Parker to come up with a big clutch hit here, and boy, that might have just enough to drop and be a problem, and it's going to be, yeah, it will score the run. What happened there? See, Parker, that ball was a diving attempt. He couldn't come up with it on the infield, and you know that'll be an RBI in a book, but it's just enough juice on the ball. It was hitting in the right place. Now Quistapace, Zach Quistapace up. And Quistapace struck out in his only plate appearance also. So runner at first with 2 down and 1 run in, and that pitch came in a little outside for a ball. No, that was right off the fist on that hit by Parker. Good diving attempt by the shortstop, Bill Cisco, but once he missed the ball, that set the table. No, that's just a fastball. That's just a fastball right there. Got past the Quistapace. 1-1 to count. 2 down, 2-1 now. 2-1 Rutland in the bottom of the third. We're at Fairhaven, Vermont, right behind the high school on a brilliantly sunny day. Oh, just inside. That's a good eye right there as that pitch just missed, tickling the inside corner.
Hey, here we go now, Z. Let's go, Z. Come on, kid. Hold on.
So again, he'll dig in. Bissell from the stretch. So I picked off 1 runner here, and that's going to be off the fist and fall straight back down the first baseline, and it'll make it a 2-2 count. Oh, all kinds of people here. That cool to see him again when you get on the road and do a game. You see some familiar faces. St. Peter's Field, I'm up in the press box area where I'm all by myself, actually. Up there in like a condemned area. That'll be outside. Good eye by Quistapace. Bill Canfield here, doing a great job helping out. Dave Blake, the legendary Dave Blake, came over and attacked him briefly, and that's a 3-2 count right now to Quistapace. And oh, that's going to have a chance to drop it also, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. These aren't hard hits, but they're just finding holes in the defense. There's really not much Bissell or Bellows Falls can do about a hit like that. So back-to-back little blooper singles, and now Sean McGuire up. He was hit by a pitch and scored the first run of the game. So McGuire from the right side, you see him stepping in there, and 2 down, 2-1 to score, and just a little bit of a mini threat here. First and second, and McGuire just couldn't catch up to it. That's just good juice on the ball right there. Lively pitch too. And it makes you wonder why these young pitchers nowadays don't find a pitch that works and stick with it. They'll get a groove going and then shake it off and come back with some kind of funky pitch, and he'll step off right there as McGuire will step out, get time, and it's a high sun right now, so it really shouldn't be bothering anybody, the fielders or the hitters. And that's going to be almost, yep, Eisenhuth will have the catch for the out, but Rutland will take the lead 2-1, as you can see Eisenhuth with the grab on that foul ball for the third out of the third inning. Yeah, and a surprise move here, or a move made by the coaching staff member Rob Turner, had started the ball game for Rutland. As we go to the fourth inning, they'll come back in with Chad Ryan now. Chad Ryan, in his last outing at St. Peter's Field, had an excellent, well-pitched game where he just given up the 1 run, got the win. Going to be a senior at Mill River this year, throws from the right-hand side. And the thinking is saving Turner for later in this tournament. Pitcher can only make 4 appearances in the entire Southern Vermont tournament, and I'm assuming that's going to be the same for the state tournament. But they're going to come in. So Rob Turner will be relieved in the 4th inning by Chad Ryan. Batting number 17 down at first base is Zach Aquista base defensively. At second base is Chris Parker. Shortstop's Matt Sharon. Third base is Jeff McLaughlin. Sean McGuire is your left fielder. Rob Dorian is in center field. And John Holtman's in right field. LaPlaca, of course. Anthony LaPlaca is your catcher. And we're going to have Andy LaCrosse coming up. He grounded out to McLaughlin his first and only time up. So we'll see if this pays off here. I think it's a good move. You got a 2-1 game. Ryan's pitched well. You got a lot of innings to come, and there's a strike on a breaking ball. McLaughlin, even with a bag down at third, it puts the pace, same position at first, and the outfield pretty much straight away. They might be shaded just a tad bit toward the left field line, and there's strike 2. I said in the season, well, I think it was the final game actually, that he pitched down at St. Peter's Field. Chad Ryan had an excellent outing. And, oh, LaPlaca started to throw the ball around. See if they asked if he went, for one thing, and they won't ask down. Pitch was a little high and outside, but they are saying also that LaCrosse held up on the pitch. So Ryan with a 1-2 count. We'll come back 2-2 now. Came back with a fastball, high and away again. So they've worked it back to an even count. First batter to a pitcher coming in relief. He's very big. I mean, every batter is, but this first one always is huge. It sets your confidence up. That's going to be down in the hole to Sharon. He'll come up. Matt makes the long throw, and he's going to be safe. It was hit just slow enough. Now, the infield is in beautiful condition after the torrential downpour yesterday, but it's a soft, very soft field. After all that rain, it'll be an infield single. And remember, they thought they had him struck out, so the tying run at first, and Warner Clark up. So Warner Clark, and again, LaPlaca with a good arm behind the plate. We'll see what Bellows Falls wants to do. There's a lot of ball game left. This is a 9-inning game. They're looking for the bunt, and it's going to be picked up by McLaughlin. He's got the 1 play at first, and the sacrifice is good. And boy, coming around second with a big lead, and then losing his balance was the was the base runner, was LaCrosse, and he would have been a sitting duck if somebody would have covered the bag. So 1 out, tying run at second, and Chris Fauner up. He walked back in the 2nd inning. So Fauner represents a lot of power right now at the plate for Bellows Falls, hitting out of that number 7 position. And when we have the break in the action for equipment, as we're going to get a different face mask on the catcher, Anthony LaPlaca. Again, we're in the 80s. It's very sunny. Humidity extremely high right now, and Bellows Falls are going to tie this thing up. They got their leadoff runner on an infield base hit to shortstop. And that's cranked. That's cranked like good night. That's going to be out of here, home run. A 2-run homer will give Bellows Falls the 3-2 lead. As you see the tying run cross the plate, and that was just rocketed up over the 338 mark. Had to be around 350 when he finished. And talking about his power, and there it was right there. And you can see the whole Bellows Falls Post 37 team. And there it is, a 3-2 game. So with 1 down, Bellows Falls with a blast off Chris Fauner's bat to left field. And I'll bring up Kyle Mack now. Next batter is number 1, Kyle Mack. And I told you, that's that first hitter he faced. He thought he had him struck out. Ended up being an infield single, turned out of it, and that sets the stage for the rest of the inning. And that pitch going to be too far inside for a ball. So Rutland had taken a lead in the bottom of the 3rd. Watch his lead go by here in the top of the 4th. It's a 9-inning affair, at least 9 innings. It could be more, and that's going to be ball 2. And now you can tell by the body language and the pace how he's picked up his throws here that he's just kind of disturbed by the home run. He's got to settle back down. There's a good pitch. Good pitch, well framed, strike one, 2-1 to count. Not when that left the bat of Connor, I could tell just from where I was standing, that was gone. And that's curveball right there. I'll make it a 2-2 count now. The loser of this ball game today has to play it again because you're getting in that loser's bracket. You start. And again, that's a slow hit ball to Sharon. He'll charge, bobble, and yep, that'll be another base runner on. Now we saw Rutland get some of those real soft hits in the bottom of the third. Now Bellows Falls will get a return here, and they'll have that. Now Ty Goldman peek up. He's hit into a 1-6-3 double play, and he singled and scored the first Bellows Falls run. You can see the plaque out of that maturity of the senior leader, one of the leaders out there, talking to, wants to settle Chad Ryan down. He came out on relief Rob Turner this inning. Gave up a single, a 2-run homer, and then that single there. There's one down on a sacrifice. You can see the score in the back, 3-2. Bellows Falls post 37, or Pierce Latin, or they call themselves, but. So he's looking for. He'd love to pull out another double play here. So we'll see what Plaque will come up with in the sequence of calls. And that's, boy, that could be a double play right there. There's one to second, turns to first, and going to be out of play. That's going to give. Oh, he looked like he'd over. A great job by Ryan. Chad Ryan had backed up the place. The ball didn't go out of play. He came back and almost made the tag for the out. Just missed, getting a very funky and unconventional double play, but he will be safe at first. Now Beebe up the top of the order. He had a double, and he's laid down a couple sacrifices. Bellows Falls with that 3-2 lead in the top of the fourth, and strike called. Nice bend on the pitch there. Runner at first, as we see Ty Goldman Peak got down the line, has good speed. Don't know whether or not they're going to send him on any play here. I wouldn't know with the top of the order if I would do that. It's going to be in play. Long throw. Got him. McLaughlin with a big throw in post 31. Got some work to do. They're down 1 run as we go into the bottom of the fourth. We'll get things started here for post 31. He had a double. He's only been up once, and he had a double out of it. So in the bottom of the fourth, Rutland, #1 seed. Again, the seedings over the years, whether it was Rutland or Bennington or River, it's just a big crapshoot right now. 4 teams are here, the 4 best teams at the end of the season. This is wide open. Like I said, Rutland beat Bellows Falls twice, but last year Rutland had just won the season series against Chester to only have Chester come back and defeat him in the tournament. And that's a swinging strike, and Isaac Bizzle back out there on the mound, and he throws some heat. I'm listening to a lot of the batters on the dugout area of post 31 talk about. He's just throwing 2 fastballs to him right there, nothing fancy. 0-2, and again, just got him to go up the ladder a little bit out of the strike zone, chase that high strikeout. A little talk now between Brewer and Brewer, something brewing down the third baseline as Garrett Brewer and his dad Jeff Brewer talking and things over with an 0-2 count. John Holtman is the on-deck hitter for Rutland in the top of the order with Rob Dorian. That's the 3 due up. Rutland had taken a 2-1 lead going into the top of the fourth, only to have Bellows Falls come up with a mammoth 2-run homer on a fastball. Get over the left field wall. Yeah, and he stayed off from that, and they came back with the fastball low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Munger Vision, Channel 15, PEGTV, bringing you this Legion playoff game from Fairhaven, Vermont on a muggy, warm day. And that breeze did help the hitter. I mean, that's probably going to be a home run anyways. And there's a strikeout. Going to be strikeout number 7. And I'll check my math. But he had 3, 4, 5... Yeah, he's had 7 strikeouts. Now, Holtman struck out back in the second. And again, he always represents the only left-handed hitter out there for post 31.
Come on, Johnny.
And that's going to be high and off the catcher Eisenhuth's glove. Now to play for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody on. And the game after this is Brattleboro Bennington, and I will not tape because we're not in our viewing area, so I'll waste time slot. But so the loser of this game will play the loser of the Bennington Brattleboro game, and it's double elimination at College Strike, 1-1 to count. So Isaac Bissell with 7 strikeouts and not quite full 4 innings of work. And that'll be low, and Holtman with a good eye right there on a borderline pitch. He'll make it 2 balls, 1 strike. I said Dorian on deck for Rutland. I can't stress to you how important it is to get that opening round win in a double elimination tournament. That's a foul tip caught by the catcher, Eisenhuth, 2-2 to count. Now, many teams over the years have lost the first game and come back to win. Rutland included has done it many times. But it just makes a tougher road to come back. So a long look in from the big righty, and full count. That's one of those pitches right there where either you've got a tremendous eye or you got a little break, but it's going to be a 3-2 count, and they need base runners right now. Holtman set, played his high school ball at MSJ, and takes strikes. Looks like the same location, inside corner, and he'll strike out for the 2nd time today. That's his 2nd strikeout of this inning. That makes him 8 for the ball game, and now Rob Dorian up. He is struck out and grounded out to the shortstop, Bill Cisco. So 2 down, Dorian top of the order, trying to get something started here for Rutland. And he'll start him off with a little bit of a change up and get him. Well, that's good. You know, you've seen a lot of fastballs from Bissell, and he just struck out Holtman and Brewer on a fastball, and you've got to go up there as the 3rd hitter thinking you're going to see some heat and come in with that changeup. And that'll be down low, make us a little 1-1 count to Dorian. On deck, Matt Sharon, and Bellows Falls looking for that first upset win of the tournament. Long way to go, though. We're in the bottom of the 4th, going to go at least 9. I can't see a mercy rule today. Oh, and there's that changeup again, and he went fishing for it. He had all his weight out in his front foot, anticipating fastball, and it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Now, one of the wins over Bellows Falls, obviously one was down in Bellows Falls, but one of them was a mercy rule up here in Rutland. And I mean, that's just, like I said, all that, forget that now. Oh, he got him, same pitch, and that's the inning, and that was impressive work by Isaac Bissell for Bellows Falls, and they'll have that 3-2 lead over Rutland going into the 5th. See Chad Ryan finishing up his warm-ups for Rutland as we go to the 5th. LaPlaque will come out and have a little chat with his pitcher. And he's going to be looking at Bill Cisco to get things started off here for post 37. It's going to be Cisco, then Bissell, and then Eisenhuth due up. And in the 4th inning, that's when they relieved Turner, the starter, with Chad Ryan. This is a big inning from Ryan right here after giving up the lead on that 2-run homer over the 3:38 mark, probably up around 3:50 when he got done with the big home run that was given up on from him. He's got to buckle down right here and get a defensive stop. Like I said, just like in basketball, when they talk about those defensive stops, well, that's what Rutland needs right now in baseball. They need a scoreless inning right here, even though we're only in the 5th. Oh, and they'll say cross the plate high, and it did look a little bit above the belt, and there'll be a 2-ball, no-strike count. Now, the problem with that is you've got to be thinking fastball as a hitter right now, not guaranteeing you're going to see it, but down 2-0, you don't want to be down 3-0, and there's the fastball, and that's skied up in the air a mile. McLaughlin saying he's got it, and I believe him, and he will make the catch, looking up into the sun there. It's a beautiful sun, but it's so high, it really shouldn't be bothering him right now, but it's that wind that's kind of swishing around. So Bissell up now. So Isaac Bissell coming up. He has struck out and grounded out to first base. And you've got a bird's eye view of the action today, right from right behind home base here at Fairhaven. And it's going to be to Matt Sharon at short. He'll get a nice little hop, set himself, and good dig out. 2 down now. So 2 batters up, 2 batters down, and Chad Ryan having a good 2nd inning to work. Now Eisenhuth up. He struck out in the 1st and popped out to the first baseman, Zach Aquistapes. Eisenhuth a very good hitter. And he's got size, he's got power, and he's hitting from the right side. So Ryan looking to cruise through the 5th. Starts him off. Boy, that's softly set into the glove of LaPlaque for strike 1. Now the shortest portion of the field is that 309 mark down the right field line. It's a very short right field. And it'll tail off and be outside, and they'll leave the count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. That website for Channel 15 is www.pegtv.com. Their phone number is 747-0151, and they're located at Building 24 in the House Center. And he got him to fish. Their little sinker action, actually, right there. But that's definitely one of his fastballs. It's just the way he changes the grip on the seams that made it cut down and in, and that'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Eisenhuth will step in here and try to protect the plate with those 2 strikes on him. That came up and out of the strike zone, trying to get him to chase a little bit, and he couldn't get him to fish for it, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Now, at 2-2 in the count, the pitcher can still get tricky here if he wants to come back with a changeup or something. LaPlaca way outside will jump back in, and that's going to be to the hole at short. And oh, Matt Sharon from his knees. Nope. Great play by Sharon, showing his range, though. It's going to be an infield single, and a nice job by Quistapace going up to make sure that ball doesn't get out of play. So with 2 down, there's a runner on. Now Andy Lacrosse up. He singled and scored in the 4th. So Bellows Falls trying to get some padding here on that 1-run lead. And that'll come up shy. Nice stop by LaPlaca on a low pitch, and it'll be ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Lacrosse. I used to pronounce it LaCroix, like Frenchman, but he corrected it last year at a ball game, and it's Lacrosse. Oh, that's going to, could be a gapper, and oh, that's going to hit and roll to the fence, and they're going to send the runner around. So with 2 down, they're going to pick up another run, and you can see it coming right here. There's number 4, 4-2, and Lacrosse with a single his last time up. Now it's RBI double. Again, that just hung up and on the inside corner, and he was able to turn on it and send it right to the left center field gap from Chad Ryan. So a 2-run deficit now for Rutland. Now Warner Clark up in his last at bat. Remember, he laid down the sacrifice. They got the runner over to second base at that point, which was Lacrosse. So Ryan from the stretch for a strike. Yeah, and he's came in, giving up 3 runs, 1 on a 2-run homer, and then that one off that double. It was a calculated move, taking out Turner, trying to save some innings from Rob Turner for later in the tournament. And I agree with that. I like the move. But boy, some timely hitting here by Bellows Falls. And that's going to be a foul ball. Nice pickup down there. So 1-2 count, 2 down, and all the damage being done after there was the 2 out. So can you see LaPlaca on that outside corner? And he'll hold up. He held up. Nice job right there by Warner Clark. He was teased by it, but he wouldn't chase it. So and nice job with 2 strikes. Following that one right off the fist and just staying alive. It was a good pitch and a good job by the hitter. So everybody getting the job done right there. And that breeze continues to be a constant source. This is a hitter's breeze right here in this first game. And that's going to be to Sharon at short. He will pick it up and make the long throw. And did he come down on it? Oh, he did. Quistapace using every inch of his body to get the tag, made the catch, came down. That's the inning. Bellows Falls picks up another run, and it's going to be 4-2. Bellows Falls. Matt Sharon getting things started for Rutland in the bottom of the 5th. He's 2 for 2 today. He scored a run. He's had 2 singles. And Bissell still on the mound. He's got a 2-run lead now at 4-2. And again, it's just been getting the big hit at the right time for Bellows Falls that last time out. They had 2 down when they scored their run. And that's going to be a 3 for 3 effort as Sharon will just jump on the first pitch. And man, is he focused at the plate today. So he will have a 3 for 3 game going. Now McLaughlin up. He struck out to start the ball game off today. Remember, he was up there with 2 strikes. McLaughlin's walked and struck out, so he's officially 0 for 1. Jeff McLaughlin at the plate, and Rutland needs those leaders throughout the season right now to kind of come to life, and that's going to be. Pitch looked a little high. About a 5-step lead off the bag right now by Matt Sharon, and that'll be fouled off over into the bleacher area. That'll be the first strike. 1-1 to count. Sharon, always a threat to go with that. Good instincts down there at first base and the speed that goes with it. They show bunt. He'll bring it back for the slap. There's the throw to first, and the runner back safe. And that was not Bissell's best move. That's just one of those to let you know he's no one keeping track of you, knowing that you're over there. From the stretch, and you can see again he'll square the bunt and takes it back, and we'll watch the pitch be called a strike. Now he's down in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this is where you got to really protect the plate, those 2 strikes. If you don't like the pitch and you think it could be a borderline call, you got to follow it up. That's going to be thrower to first and get the runner back safe. A lot of times pitchers do that too, to throw the rhythm and the thinking pattern of the hitter out of spot. Just keep going to the first like that. So 1-2, 4-2 the score, 1-2 the count, and that's a great job. That's what I'm talking about right there, what he did. It was on the outside corner. You didn't want to risk it being called a strike, so he reached out and just slapped it foul, and now he'll be able to get back up there and see if he can find a pitch that he likes to swing on. McLaughlin, starting third baseman today. Been solid all year. There goes the runner, and he's got to get back or get doubled up, and this is going to be Cisco. No, he's going to give off to the second baseman, and Matt Sharon was literally staying right where that fly ball was caught right there, and very alertly got back to first base. So there's 1 out now, and Sharon at first. That was Lacrosse with the catch, and the plaque up. He has struck out and walked. And again, he has been hitting the ball very well throughout the season, and they need that right now. So from the right side of the plate, the Rutland catcher getting set, and good eye. High heater, too high on the outside corner, and LaPlaca able to lay off from it. And kid Bissell came into the game. He hadn't thrown a lot of innings this year because he'd had arm trouble, or what he thought was arm trouble, even though he kept getting checked out and kept getting a clean bill of health. So he just said, to heck with it, I must be okay to throw the ball. And he's won some big ball games down the stretch here for Bellows Falls. So he'll shake out that first pitch, and Eisen was on the outside corner with the target. And that's right where the ball went, and yeah, Sharon stayed at first base. The ball never really got that far away from Eisenhuth. It was really underneath him, like he laid an egg, and he picked it up. And again, Eisenhuth with an excellent arm. Goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the 5th, supposed to be going 9, and Rutland #1 seed down 4-2. And boy, again, came in with the soft stuff and had LaPlaca weight coming forward a little bit fast. He fouled it off. We'll have a 2-2 count now. Because LaPlaca with a strikeout and a walk so far in the game. Parker's on deck for Rutland. And the losers in a, they called a balk right there. That'll send Sharon down to second base on the balk. He broke set. Once he got the set, you can't do that without making the play to first. He didn't do it. Now put the runner in scoring position now with 1 down. And I don't know, yeah, the post is going to get my way. Just a coach from Bellows Falls needing an explanation. And yeah, he's a good guy, Bob Lockerby. He was cool with it. So now LaPlaca with a chance to cut into that lead with a base hit. As Sharon awarded second base on a balk. Sharon with a 3-for-3 day, and Flacco will strike out for the 2nd time today, and again, that's just heat. So 2 down after that leadoff single. Now bring up Chris Parker, who has singled, or has struck out and had that infield single back in the 3rd. There's always an intangible in these tournaments. And Bissell could be that intangible right now since he didn't pitch a full season. He's kind of an unknown commodity. That was a strike to Parker. Bellows Falls picking up 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Or actually 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and they've got the 4-2 lead over Rutland. Rob Turner started the ball game off yesterday, Friday. Then the rains came, stopped it in the 3rd, and They came in with Chad Ryan to replace him.
Here we go, Parker. Kid, let's go, buddy.
So Parker, the 1-1 count now. That'll be high. That's above the letters, actually. That's way high, and that'll become a 2-1 count. And that outfield basically just straight away and playing midway through and depth-wise in the outfield. And even with the corners, and Matt Sharon with a real good lead down at second base. Tried to come back with a little change of speed there and couldn't get Parker to nibble, and they'll go to a 3-1 count. And Aquistapes is the on-deck hitter, and he is struck out and singled. But he needs Parker to extend the inning for him to get a chance here to swing the bat in the 5th. And that's going to be ball 4. Now, don't forget, Bellows Falls scored their run in the top half of this inning after they had 2 down. Now Aquistapes. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound. I can't imagine taking them out of the game. I could only imagine what they're going to talk about. But head coach Lockerbie coming out along with Eisenhuth the catcher, and they're going to talk to Bissell and just set the stage. All right, 2 down, and he could just be telling them, let's take care of the guy at the plate and forget the runners at on base here, 1st and 3rd, because if you take care of the guy at the plate, that's the inning. 1st and 2nd, I'm sorry. So the meeting's broken up. They've kept Bissell in there, and now Aquistapes batting from the right side, getting the start at 1st today. And a nice luxury, they DH Brewer, and they could have flip-flopped around and had Brewer play 1st and DH Aquistapes. That's a lot of power they have in that position, and he'll just step off the rubber and fake the throw to 2nd, and runners will go back, and we'll wait for the first pitch to Zach Aquistapes. And that's right off the 5th and straight back. Tell you what, that was pretty hairy sitting over on the dugout side. They don't have the fences in front of the dugouts here like at most fields, so it's wide open. And I went to the Bellows Falls dugout, and I'll tell you what, that coach over there has got some reflex left. And that's going to be a good stop by the catcher, and it's going to be 1-1 now, and that pitch low and outside. It's a big moment for Bissell and Bellows Falls, and a big moment for Rutland right now. 4-2, Bellows Falls with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Rutland trying to get back into the, oh, he just couldn't catch up to the fastball. Great location, too. Outside corner, coming away, tailing away from the right-handed hitter. Yeah, that 2 strikes. They've got to get the bat on the ball, but this is a great spot for that changeup he's been throwing. Went fastball and just fouled it off. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a good job by Aquistapes on what would have been strike 3. With contact or without, that would have been strike 3. 1-2 the count. We remain the same. 1st and 2nd, the base runners. Bellows Falls out in the field defensive with the yellow tops on and white pants, purple trim. That's in the dirt. Good job by Eisenhuth, the catcher. He'll work it now to all even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rutland had the 4-2 lead going into the 4th, and then the 2-run homer by Bellows Falls, and that gave him the lead at 3-2, and then he added another run in the last inning. And that's going to be well out of the strike zone. He overthrew right there. That's called reaching back and trying to find a little more on the ball. With 3 balls, 2 strikes. And boy, there is some communications going on from that Bellows Falls dugout to their pitcher. And I'm not sure on why or what, if there was a missed sign or what, but 3-2 the count, and the pitch not coming. Now, he had a long time to think, Bissell did, and he elected to step off and fake the move to second base to the runner, and he'll get reset now. Again, this makes a hitter a little anxious too, you know. Fouled off. Runners, of course, were going with 2 strikes, 2 down, 3-2 count, and they'll head back because you want to get a good start. You run on everything with 2 down, especially with the count 3-2. And again, Aquistapes, he's done a nice job here at bat in the bottom of the 5th, following off some very good pitches by Bissell. He held up, and there's the walk. He's worked them for a bases loaded now, and now McGuire up with the bases loaded. So back-to-back walks, but more importantly, they've really been earned. They've really made him throw some pitches. McGuire has been hit by a pitch and scored, and he fouled out to Eisenhuth, the catcher, in foul territory in his last at-bat. So McGuire getting settled into that right side of the box. You can see him ask for time and get it. And right now, golden opportunity for Rutland. Bases juiced, 2 down. Remember, Bellows Falls had 2 outs when they generated their run. And there's a good pitch. Call the strike. Yeah. Oh, I know. I don't know why they couldn't pull the trigger on that. Fastball first pitch. You should be sitting on that as a hitter. Again, second and third. Really good speed out there for Rutland. It's going to be ball one on a very close pitch. Makes it 1-1. Again, very fortunate not to be down 0-2 in the count right there. And Bissell, other than that really high pitch that got away from him, he's been around the plate the whole time here today. And that's going to be ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. And it's still wide open to what you want to call and what you want to throw. But as a hitter, you got a lean fastball right here because you want to go down 3-1 in the count. He's had good command, though, of his soft stuff. And he came back fastball. McGuire was sitting on it, jumped on it, fouled it off, and 2-2 the count. So table's been set. 2 strikes, 2 balls. Bases loaded. 4-2. Bellows falls with a lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Opening game of the Southern Vermont Tournament playoffs. Winner gets in, obviously, in the undefeated winners bracket, and the loser has a long road to go to get to the finals. Oh, and that's a good job right there. It's going to be tagged up, and he threw the changeup in a 2-2 situation, and Rutland will strand 3, and we will stay at 4-2 Bellows Falls as we go to the 6th. See, Chad Ryan will finish up his warm-up pitches, and that defense will remain the same, but we'll go around to the horn for you. We'll start with a Quista pace. Or no, it's actually, yeah, that's still Zach down there at first base. Defensively, Zach Quista pace. Second base is Chris Parker. Shortstop's Matt Sharon. Third base, Jeff McLaughlin. Anthony LaPlaca is behind the dish. Sean McGuire's in left field. Rob Dorian's in center. And John Holtman is your right fielder. Now, Fonner up. He hit a home run, a 2-run homer the last time up. That well cleared the left field wall. And Ryan will start him off low for a ball. And again, what he wants to do, and he's trying to do, is wants to work him inside and not get the ball out over the middle of the plate. The pitch he hit for a home run was a fastball. And again, the locate difference in that pitch right there and the home run pitch was location. Same velocity, but that was well on the outside corner. Make it a 1-1 count now. So we started off the top of the 6th on a sunny, warm day from Fairhaven, Vermont. And you can make the call on that one. So skipped in short. We'll go to a 2-1 count. The on-deck hitter is Kyle Mack, to be followed by Ty Goldman Peak. So at the bottom of the order, and they've generated some big runs for Bellows Falls here. And that's going to be to Matt Sharon. He'll get down and line up the throw and get him. So they'll retire Fonner this time after the damaging blow he had last time. They'll get him out on a 6-3 ground out. Now Mack up, he has reached on an error and he has struck out. And again, that website for Channel 15 is www.pegtv.com. It has a schedule. That came back, got the ump. He seems to be all right, and that's going to be a strike. Now, the last inning, remember, Chad Ryan got the first 2 batters out relatively easy on the fly out to McLaughlin, and then the ground out to Sharon, and then single and a double, and another run came in for Bellows Falls. Conversely, Rutland had bases loaded and just couldn't get the timely hit and stranded 3 runners, and they stay down 4-2 now. And nice bend on it. Makes it a 1-2 count with 1 down. In case you've never seen or been to or watched a American Legion tournament, it's double elimination. And obviously, to win the opening game gives you a huge advantage in conserving your pitchers, your arms, and obviously gives you a little more of a cushion as far as, you know, you're not back to the wall every game with that one loss. And that's a nice catch by LaPlaca. Now we've worked it to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Mack at the plate. And Ryan will get him. Ryan will come back after being up in the count to go down 3-2 and gets to strikeout for the second out of the 6th inning. And that is his first strikeout. Now Ty Goldman Peak up. He's hit into a double play. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, and he has singled and scored. This is the bottom of the order, and that represents coming in to the 7th. They'd have to be around the top to the middle of their order, where they're want to be going into a tight ball game in the late innings. And that's definitely playable. Called off by McLaughlin and makes the catch for the third out. And Ryan and Rutland with a nice defensive stop right there. Gonna get the bats coming to life now against Bellows Falls. Change right there. Chad Ryan's going to come up and hit for himself. He'll replace Garrett Brewer. So he'll hit in Brewer's spot. So it'll be the first time, obviously, that Ryan has hit today. And again, he's been done a nice job with the bat this year. A lot of singles, can hit the gaps for doubles. But got a lot of speed, puts pressure on the defense on slow grounders on the infield. And like the first pitch, will slap it foul and out of play down the first baseline. Now, see, he was sinking first pitch fastball, so he was set, and he got around on it and just fouled it off. Here's Rutland in the bottom of the sixth, down 4-2 to Bellows Falls. And that's pulled this time, and it'll be an 0-2 count, but he's got nice rips at the ball both times. Bissell still on the mound, Isaac Bissell. Warner Clark's at first, and the cross is at second. Bill Sisko's your shortstop, and Chris Farner is at third. Eisenhuth's behind the plate. And that's going to be low in the dirt, and short hop will be a ball. And I'll set that outfield for Bellows Falls in just a second. We'll wait to this pitch to Chad Ryan. Getting set up inside corner on Ryan. Eisenhuth now will kind of settle back to the outside and try to throw that changeup one outside and then make it a 2-2 count now. Of course, Ryan, an excellent athlete. When the baseball season's all set, you'll see him down at Mill River playing football this fall. And good job. That's what you want with 2 strikes, just to stay alive, get the bat on the ball, and he had a good beat on it. And it's been a good at bat right now. 2-2 the count. He's had some foul balls on pitches that would have been strikes.
Let's go, Chad. Come on, buddy. Come on. All you.
Bissell from the full windup will come in, and that's going to be down to first base. Knocked down, race to the bag, and he's going to get him. I had to wait for the call, and nice coverage right there by Bissell, the pitcher, and boy, I tell you, because Ryan can get it down the line, and he was just nipped at first base on that close play. And now Holtman up. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And they're going to play him in on the grass at third because he is got good speed, good bunt ability. Plus, don't forget he's starting out of that left side of the batter's box. But they're playing him in on the grass at third base. So there's 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be high. Now, he slid the bat down like a bunt, but we've seen a couple different hitters for now do that and then go to the full swing, kind of like the slap play in softball.
Come on, Johnny.
I tell you, Bissell's just got some just good movement on the ball. And it falls straight back. It'll be 1-1 to count. Top of the order, Rob Dorian on deck for post 31.
There we go, Johnny, kid. Let's go, buddy.
No, if you lose the first game that you play of the tournament, you play every game. There's no break anymore, and you eat up a lot of pitching, and you're playing with hopefully a sense of urgency. Oh, and that hit him, and that came inside, and Holtman will be down at first base, hit by a pitch, and he'll be the second Rutland batter hit by a pitch today. Remember, Sean McGuire was hit by a pitch back in the second inning and eventually came around to score. Now Dorian up. He is 0 for 3 today, 2 strikeouts and grounded out to short. Bill Sisko threw him out.
Let's go, King.
So Dorian and Holtman, good speed at the plate, good speed up at first base bag. 4-2 Bellows Falls, and Bissell's got him into the 6th. And of course, you're always hoping for a complete game. This is a 9-inning affair today, but realistically, you'd probably love to get 7 innings out of your starter.
Come on, Digger. Let's go 10. Like you know how, buddy.
So Dorian, there goes Holtman, and Eisenhuth had a problem getting the ball. It was a tough pitch to handle low and inside, and he couldn't get the ball out of the glove to the hand cleanly. And instead of making an errant throw, he just held on to the ball, and that'll be a stolen base for Holtman.
Right there for you, kid.
And on deck is Matt Sharon, who's 3 for 3 today. So Dorian with a 1-1 count. Waved at it for the bunt, and it's not automatic, but the odds are with him now that he won't try the bunt again. That was a really not a bad pitch to bunt on. It was a little off speed. It wasn't the hard stuff. It was high. And down in the hole now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got him. Drop, 3rd strike, and They'll go down to third base with Holtman, but 2 down now as they're able to get the 10th strikeout of the game for Bissell.
Shortstop, number 22.
Now Matt Sharon, who's 3 for 3 today, he scored a run and he's had 3 singles, and they've all been off from Bissell. So Sharon right now with a golden opportunity to drive in a run and trim the lead to 1. And boy, good job right there again by Eisenhuth, jumping out, being very mobile laterally, and made himself big. He's a big guy anyways, made himself big behind the plate. Because pass ball wild pitch here gives you an opportunity to score that runner from third. And there we go. We got a play coming in, and nobody covered the bag, and there's the run. And John Holtman was hit by a pitch, finally came around to score, just like McGuire was hit by a pitch, and that makes it 4-3. And the only knock, and I'm not knocking, the only thing I noticed on the play was by Bissell, he never came down to cover the bag, even if he didn't think he had a chance. So Matt Sharon now with a 2-0 count. And this is, let's be hypothetical. That's a beautiful pitch. 2-1.
That's a good layoff right there. Nice job.
Let's say that Bissell gets into the 7th and they relieve him. That's where you're going to see now the Achilles heel of what Bellows Falls have had to battle all season, is finding that late relief. And he'll go fishing on that pitch. He came up shy of the plate, and there'll be a 2-2 count now as he's completely fooled on the pitch. So Rutland kind of manufacturing a run, taking advantage of a hit batter, a stolen base, a dropped third strike where they had to make the play to first base. Bellows Falls did that, allowed the runner to go from second to third. Now, they didn't have to, but it was the right play. And he's going to have a 4-for-4 day. And he's going to go for 2 as Sharon taking all the way. You see that speed, runs like a gazelle, and he's in there with 4 hits today, 3 singles. And nice backup on the throw. He's goodbye. So Matt Sharon now, the tying run, down at second base.
Hey, let's go, Jeff.
Pitch was outside. He went with the pitch the opposite field, and he's got 3 singles and a double now. And Jeff McLaughlin up, he popped up to the second baseman last time up. That was lacrosse. So tying run sitting out at second base. Just foul. Yeah, just foul. I didn't follow it, but that was real close. And when you saw the way that Sharon can run, the odds of scoring on a single are really with him. He's got a good chance of coming around on a single. 4-3 now. Bellows Falls lead down to 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Like I said, it's Bissell threw 3 innings yesterday, and he picked it up here. So I wouldn't think the team, and that's going to allow the runner who got a late start. Now he'll pick it up and get down. So we'll have a runner at third base on that pass ball. So now the pressure of that is you just saw a run score on a wild pitch. Tying run can come in on an error, wild pitch, pass ball. 1-1 to count. And Bissell will kick and fire and get the strike. Nice pitch. Big time pitch in a big time situation right there, and they'll be up 1-2. Now, usually you'll say this is where a pitcher can, throw that changeup or the breaking ball, but Bissell's elected to throw just a lot of heat here with 2 strikes, see if he stays with that pattern. No, came back with the changeup. That's going to be a slow, chopping hit ball. Bobbled around, and then throw to first. Going to get him. Oh, McLaughlin. I thought for sure he was going to have that one in the bag. Will be nipped at first base. It'll be 4-3 Bellows Falls as we go into the 7th inning. The BB against Chad Ryan here as we go to the 7th in a 1-run game. And boy, I tell you, each team knowing the value of winning that opening game of this double elimination tournament. And Chad Ryan, who's given up 3 runs, that's going to be to McLaughlin, and through his legs, and yeah, he came around awkwardly to play it in front, and then going into second base, and a throw, not going to get there. Oh, that's a killer. He tried, instead of playing it on the backhand, he tried to get down in front of it and went through the wickets, between the arm and the body, and that'll put BB on.
Bellows Hall is a second hitter.
for Cisco. Cisco's got a 2 for 3 day going. He's had a single, a double, and then flied out to McLaughlin. And boy, right here is big. You can't get back the run you just got late in the game. We're in the 7th inning of a 9-inning game. And Ryan from the stretch will come in high for a ball. And you can't pitch from down in the count either. So Cisco looking to get that run back. That one picked up in the bottom of the 6th here in the top of the 7th. And it's going to be 2 balls, no strikes. They've got a quick space in on the grass at first. And McLaughlin even with the bag at third. And 3-0. And they're going to have a little meeting on the mound now as Jeff Brewer coming out. And yeah, you can see Tony Scully, the head coach, talking to the assistant Jeff Brewer, and he's going out and talk to Chad Ryan, digging a little hole here. He's going to be in at second and nobody out in the 7th. And we'll pick it up on the other side of the meeting. So they have Justin Pamakala warming up in the bullpen area here for Rutland. Ryan trying to get through the 7th though, but it's going to be ball 4. It's not really known as a, he gets strikeouts, but he's not really known as a strikeout pitcher. He's only had 1 strikeout since coming on in the 4th year. Now Bissell up. He had struck out in the 1st, grounded out to the, well, I went first base to the pitcher covering the bag, and then he grounded out to the shortstop, Matt Sharon. And he is a lefty, and he's, remember, there's that short fence at 309 or right down that right field line. So hole's getting bigger here. Oh, they got him. They got him. They went to second. Yep. There's the tag, and yeah, they get the leadoff runner out. They had a chance for the trail runner, and they just didn't get the ball. Dorian covered the bag. A big base running mistake as they pick off the lead runner to get the first out. So Bissell though went out. Bissell now with a man at second, so I guess still in running scoring position. So not out of the hole yet, but they got the first out. And they're going to walk him. Huh. They're going to. Okay, what they're going to do? They're bringing. And what they're doing, they're putting a backup on a wild throw. Okay. So what they want to do, see McLaughlin, they want him to back up the intentional walk, but he's got to stay on the playing field. So they're going to walk. Bissell, the lefty, he hasn't done any damage today. And pitched to Eisenhuth, had a single his last time up. So we'll see what happens here. Well, you know, a couple of things too. They're setting up a force out at any base by doing this. They're setting up a more odds ratio-wise of getting a double play. So we'll see if it backfires, as they're going to have Eisenhuth up. He has struck out, flied out to first, and singled and scored a run in the 5th. There's already been a visit to the mound by one of the coaches, so LaPlaca is going to come out. This won't count against Rutland here, and he's going to talk to the pitcher. Again, Eisenhuth waiting for the meeting to break up. Yeah, and what they just said from the dugout, easiest base, shortest throw, which means they're looking for the out here. So Eisenhuth will come into that right side of the box. And again, this has been a tense inning for Rutland here. They had a chance to do more damage in the bottom of the 6th to get more runs. Couldn't do it. They did get 1 in. And now they're dancing around with the devil here with Bellows Falls offensively. And that's going to be a base hit. First pitch hit, and it's going to be overplayed. And that's going to allow the run to come in. And that would have came in with or without the intentional walk. But McGuire charged the ball and overran the play, let the ball get by him. So the error will allow the run to come in. So he had a single, and then the error. And Andy Lacrosse up. He's had a single and a double his last 2 times up. He's been seeing the ball well and hitting the ball. So 5-3 now. Bellows Falls pumping the lead back up to 2, and they're not done yet. There's only the 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And there's a strike called on the outside corner.
Here we go. Easy space, shortest throw. Turn 2 now. It's a deuce.
Rutland already with 1 double play in a game that you didn't get to see. It was during the Friday's part of the game. And he came back with the soft stuff. A nice block by LaPlaca. And a lot of worry coming into the game against Bellows Falls because it's a team that you've taken down twice. Once Mercy ruled them. And that's going to be ball came in high. But they were worried about Bissell, the pitcher for Bellows Falls. He was an unknown commodity. He was the intangible. And he'll go to 3 balls, 1 strike. And we'll load the bases if he issues the walk here. And bring up Warner Clark. So Lacrosse, see if he'll be taking all the way at 3-1. Eisenhuth jumped on the first pitch. It was a fastball. And boy, that was a beautiful pitch. Oh boy, it's one of those deals where why didn't he pull the trigger on that? Maybe it was not greenlit, but that was a great pitch right down the pipe. 3-2 the count. Oh yeah, you lose the opening game and then your life becomes a lot of work. And he fouled it off. Foul ball. Runners were going and he'll foul it off. And only 1 down and 3-2 count. Runners will go back now to first and second. Bissell's down at second. Eisenhuth at first. And Lacrosse just ever so gently reached out and actually held up on a swing, but ended up being a foul ball. It's Chad Ryan working hard to get out of this mess. 1 run in. An opportunity for a big inning here for Bellows Falls. Got him looking. Throw down to third, and yeah, that's a good slide. He slid away from the tag. Good throw by LaPlaca. Nice try by McLaughlin. But they did get the out. That's big. 2 down now. Runners move up to second and third. Second strikeout of the game for Chad Ryan, and a Warner Clark up. He grounded out to Matt Sharon his last time up. So try and escape the 7th inning with just the 1 run surrendered.
Go Chad, go Chad. One more, kid.
And Pamakala has thrown, and he could be pitching the 8th and 9th inning here for Rutland. But they want to get him to that point. And there's a strike called. First pitch strike, puts him up 1 strike and the count. We'll see Warner now from the right side, digging in. Came in high, yep. Same pitch, different result. Came in above the belt and just about let her high this time and make it a 1-1 count on a sunny, warm, muggy day. And LaPlaca, nice job. I see him get big behind the plate and knock the ball down. Runners aren't going anywhere. They're at second and third right now, but we've already seen Rutland score a run on a wild pitch. LaPlaca kept that from happening here
Go Chad.
the other way. So
Here we go, guys. Let's get the
the hitter asked for time. Warner will receive it. He'll step out of the box and get these are scheduled for 9. They'll play till they have a winner, but it's a dogfight to get that first win and go through the winner's bracket. It's a lot easier ride to the finals. And again, came in high. Yeah, and he's 1 pitch away from loading the bases up. And he's from the full windup, and he'll walk him. That's the bases loaded. So he's had 1 intentional walk and 2 standard walks, and a single and an error in this inning. And Chris Fauner up. Now Fauner, remember, hit that towering home run. Yeah, nowhere to put him. Bases juiced, and Fauner up. He hit a 2-run homer to give Bellows Falls a 3-2 lead, and it was a mammoth shot over the left field wall over the 338 mark. And well beyond that, but got nothing to do but pitch to him now. And it's going to be framed but not called, and it'll be ball 1. You can't pitch from down in the count, especially with the bases loaded, to a guy who's blasted one off you already. as much as it scares you, you got to come right after him and hope for the best. It's going to be 2-0 on the plaque. Another great job of knocking the ball down, but 2 balls, no strikes. And I'm telling you, if I'm the hitter right now, I'm getting a spoon, a fork, and a knife because I'm expecting the meatball to come in right here. So after a long break, you see Ryan went behind the rubber and get set, and now the pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. 5-3 Bellows Falls. And what they wanted was time from the Rutland dugout. I think they're going to make the move. Yep, Pamakala. Not an enviable place to come in, but he's going to be coming in with the bases loaded, 2 balls, no strikes, and that's where we'll have it when we come back to the 7th inning. Justin Pamakala out there, and he'll talk to LaPlaca, and like I said, he's inheriting a 2-ball, no strike count. Stefaner, who's hit a 2-run homer in the ball game. The bases are loaded. He's got nowhere to put them, and tell you, right here is the bite the bullet moment for Rutland, down 2 runs in the top of the 7th to the 4-seeded Fairhaven or Bellows Falls squad. We're in Fairhaven though. You're watching Legion Ball, the Southern Vermont tournament. And there you go, 3 balls, no strikes. So 1 pitch away from forcing in a run. And 2 pitches, 2 balls, 2 very close pitches, but didn't get the call either way, and it'll now go to 6-3 Bellows Falls. Remember, Bissell, who was intentionally walked, comes around to score. Everybody moves up, bases stay loaded for Kyle Mack. As right now the meeting taking place is, so DeLong coming in to pinch hit for Mack.
Number 3, Austin DeLong.
So DeLong coming in to pinch hit. Base is loaded. He'll hit for Kyle Mack. Now Pamakala, though, will have a clean count to start with, and he'll throw 3 straight balls in his first 3 pitches. Rutland in their 3rd pitcher already in the first ball game of the tournament. Turner went 3. And 2 balls, no strikes. And then Chad Ryan came on, went to 4th, 5th, 6th, and part of the 7th here. And now Pamakala out there. And he's 1 pitch away from walking in the 2nd run. 6-3, 3-run lead on the verge of becoming a 4-run lead. Well, they took the calculated risk of pulling Turner to save him for later in the tournament. And a strike called, a late call, but a strike call. 3 balls, 1 strike to DeLong. Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chad Ryan in his first inning relief gave up the 2-run homer that gave Bellows Falls a lead that they haven't relinquished since. And that's going to be playable. Be down to a Quista pace. He'll pick it up, and that's the inning. Pamakala will come back from a 3-0 count. Where's Justin? There he is. Now Rutland's got to find some offensive answers against Bissell. So Bissell's game is done for him. He's gone out from pitcher now to left field. He did get him to the 7th, which I thought would be their hope for him. I mean, a 9-inning game in high school is very rare, and Legion Ball, I mean, it's very rare. It's been done, but especially since it's a tournament where you might need him, you know, in another day or 2 to pitch an inning or an out. So Justin Spalding is now the pitcher out there for Bellows Falls. He's going to be looking right at the middle of the order with LaPlaca, Parker, and Equistapace to up, and if they get to a 4th spot, it'll be McGuire. LaPlaca today has struck out twice and walked. So that middle of the order, Parker's had a single, a walk, and he struck out, and then same thing for Equistapace. He struck out, singled, and walked. But they need to make a move. They got the lead down to 4-3 at one point, gave up 2 runs in the last inning. They've gone through 3 pitchers to this point, and they're down 6-3 in the opening round of a double elimination tournament. So LaPlaca And you could kind of sense the last inning that Bissell was probably running toward his pitch count. And there's a ball called outside. Whole different look, even though they're both right-handers and kind of tall and lanky, but watch Spalding here. He'll come almost 3/4 from the side. And a lot of, oh, that's a shot. That's a shot, and that's a fair ball. LaPlaca, catcher or not, it's going to have two. He'll motor into second and hold up with a leadoff double. Now the thing that Rutland's been missing also, though, has been the timely hit. And this has been the problem for Bellows Falls, even though it might not be their downfall today at all, is once they get past a starter, has been finding adequate middle relief. Parker up now. He's got one single today. And that's just a dart. He threw a little soft pitch in there, and that's going to be ball one. I mean, don't forget, too, Bellows Falls trying to conserve a known arm for their second game, whether it's in the winner's side or from the loser's side. So, like I said, Rutland already gone through 3 pitchers. So Parker with a 1-1 count. LaPlaca at second base with that leadoff double. And that's going to be fair. Foul. Just foul. Just foul. Good call by the ump. Right on top of it, made the call. But this, you're seeing a whole different change of pace, too, and speed coming in from Spalding than what you saw from Bissell. And you got to be a little more patient. And you see what they're doing. Bring Eisenhuth in the ball. So they're gathering up the foul balls, and Rutland's got to take advantage. There's no hope they can or if they can. In the bottom of the 7th, down 3, runner at second, nobody down. You've got to come through now and take advantage of these. And that is going to be playable. Playable. Yep. Settles down. Bissell will make the catch. LaPlaca will fake but not come in to third base. That's a great catch. Because if he doesn't get that, LaPlaca might end up at third base if he doesn't leap up and get the ball. So a deep fly out to left field for Pace coming up, and he has struck out singled and walked. So as we get set to go, Pace will take the first pitch right there at the belt for a strike. Again, not a lot of pace on the fastball, not like we saw against when Bissell was out there throwing. And you got to kind of get reacclimated to the different change of speed and different look. Like that right there, he almost dropped completely sidearm and dropped in a curveball for an 0-2 count now. But Rutland got a leadoff double by Anthony LaPlaca, and it's no ifs, ands, or buts. They got to pick the run up. Oh, that's got a chance, going to slice, kick foul. Yeah, he took the inside pitch and went all the way to the opposite field with it, but it'll be a foul ball. But good job with those 2 strikes to stay alive. LaPlaca will head back to the second base bag. And the on-deck hitter is Sean McGuire. Yeah, so Chris Space getting all kinds of advice from 14 or 15 different post 31 coaches now. Wheels settle in, and that breeze is blowing right from behind him. And oh, that could gap. No, he'll make the catch out there, and LaPlaca definitely is going to get to third base. But 2 down now, so runner at third, 2 outs, and McGuire up. Pressure on the pitcher catcher to keep the ball in the play. Tell you, it got up in the wind, and I didn't know if they were going to be able to make the grab. So McGuire, who's been hit by a pitch and scored, popped up in foul territory to Eisenhuth, the catcher, and then grounded out to second base to Lacrosse, who just picked up and touched on the bag for a force out. And that went too far outside, and it'll be a ball. But Rutland again had a leadoff double, nobody down, and they've yet to score the run. They have 2 outs now. And fooled him, got him on that sinker ball outside. It'll be a 1-1 count now to McGuire. They are deep at both corners. LaPlaca getting a good lead down the third baseline. And that's going to be it. That'll be popped up on the infield, and Lacrosse will come in, make the catch, and they will strand LaPlaca at third. Had him at second with nobody down. Couldn't punch him across. Going into the 8th now. Golden Peak at the plate, and Pamacala with a clean slate to work with now, and that's going to be foul ball, strike one. Rutland, though, if you go back, remember in the, I believe the 5th, they had the bases loaded, didn't score, only the 1 run. Had opportunity there, runner in scoring position, nobody out, did not bring him in. And not taking away anything from Spalding, but it wasn't like Nolan Ryan out there on the mound, but they just haven't got the hit when they needed it. And it's costing them as we're in the 8th, going to go 9 maybe, and it's 6-3 Bellows Falls. Winner has to play again today. The Brattleboro Benning game will take place immediately after this, not on 15, but it'll take place here at Fairhaven, and then Rutland would play the loser of that game. So they would eat up pitching pretty quick. So 2-1 the count, and Pamacala will come inside and spin him around, and Ty Golden Pete trying to lobby before he got hit by the pitch, but it'll go 3 balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be to Matt Sharon. He will charge, scoop, fire, and got him. That's beautiful play by Sharon. See, that's McLaughlin. I'm looking for Matt. There he is, number 22. So it'll be a 6-3 ground out to get the leadoff batter here for Bellows Falls. And the top of the 8th. Top of the order now, Justin Beebe. Beebe's had a double. He's reached on an air. He's also had a sacrifice and grounded out to McLaughlin at 3rd. And there's a strike. So at 0-1 to count to the leadoff hitter Beebe. Or actually the top of the order. He's not the leadoff hitter in strike 2. And Rutland with 6 outs to work with to make up 3 runs or more. 3 to tie to this point. Could grow deeper, and Pamacala couldn't get what he wanted for the pitch to throw, so he just stepped back, and it's going to be toward the hole at 2nd, and Parker will slide, get it, and nice grab by Quistapace. Oh, Parker got there. That was a good play, but it was a Quistapace with those big long arms that's made the snag, and they'll have the 4-3 ground out. So 2 down. Nobody on. And Cisco up. He walked and scored in the 7th inning. So Bill Cisco at the plate with nobody on base and 2 down. And Justin Pamacala on the mound for Rutland, the 3rd pitcher today. And there's a strike called, used by Rutland. Not today. They started this game out, which was continued over from yesterday's rain delay, with Rob Turner. Then they went to Chad Ryan, and he hit Cisco with about as easy a soft a pitch as you'd want to be hit with. You don't want to be hit with something fast or hard. So with 2 down, now we'll give him a base runner. That'll be the first hitter hit by a pitch for Bellows Falls. Rutland's been hit twice in the game, and both times Rutland's runners have come around to score. We'll hope that doesn't happen here for Bellows Falls. Now Bissell up. He was intentionally walked and scored in the 7th. He is a lefty, and they've got that real short 309 fence out there in right field, and that's down to McLaughlin. He will get it, and that's going to be the inning. Justin Pamacala, nice job. No runs come across. They strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and Rutland down 3, 6-3. Justin Pamacala leading things off in the bottom of the 8th to Rutland. He'll be at the plate. Now, he hasn't hit a lot this year, but he's gotten on base a few times. He has. Or he's walked a couple times, but he'll be up here, and everybody needs a hit now. They need runners. Spalding on the mound, and he's trying to seal it up here and get the save for Bissell, who would get the win if things stayed the same. And the advice from all the people on the bench were to be patient to Pamacala. And he held up there, and there's ball 1. He started to, but he wisely held up, and that'll be ball 1. Now, I'm not sure of the rule. We'll wait anyway, see if he even gets on base. That'll be ball 2. Let's be hypothetical and say that Pamacala reaches first base. See, they couldn't hit for him in this area because they hit in the DH spot with the pitcher Ryan, and now Pamacala. Strike called after a little bit of the thought about it, and it'll be 2-1. I don't know if they can bring the courtesy runner in. So Spalding and Eisenhuth are the battery for Bellows Falls, and he'll drive it to center field, and it looks to be playable, and it's going to be caught for the first out in center field. And there'll be 1 down, nobody on. Now Holtman up for Rutland. So that was flied out to Justin Beebe in center field. And Holtman has struck out twice, been hit by a pitch, and came around to score after being hit by a pitch. Top of the order on deck, and Rob Dorian. And it'll be a ball wrapped around the plate, never nicked the corner. And the left-handed hitting Holtman with a good eye for the plate will have to. And Spalding will kick and fire, and that's going to be ball 2. So 2-0 now to John Holtman, the right fielder for post 31.
Johnny, if it's not you, leave it alone. Don't help him out. Let's go.
Again, a lot of contrast from the starting pitcher Bissell to Spalding here. And that's going to be high for ball 3. So he went to a 2-0 count to Pamakala. Now he's at a 3-0 count with Holtman in the top of the order sitting up on deck.
Make him work, John. Come on, Johnny.
That'll be strike 1 called, and Holtman will pick his bat back up. And be 3-1 in the count. That caught the inside corner, and Eisenhuth now will set back up right on that inside corner for Spalding. 3-1, hitter still in control here of the count. And that will be ball 4 now. He had to wait, it was called ball 4, and so 1 out, they'll have a speedy runner down at first base in Holtman.
Come on, Diamond, let's go.
Dorian with 3 strikeouts today and a ground out to shortstop. But he's looking at a different pitcher right now. Remember that speed and the lively ball that Bissell threw. So from the stretch, it'll be in there high for a ball. So Spalding, even though he's got 1 out in this inning, has pitched from behind in the count to the first 3 hitters he's faced. He got the fly out to center field that Beebe caught from Pamakala. There goes the runner, and never throw him out. The pitch was way too slow, too soft, and Holtman easy with the steal down at second base.
Come on, buddy.
So Dorian now 2-0 in the count. See if he'll sit on a fastball. Rutland needing to put together a rally here, and good stop by Eisenhuth. A great job by the catcher. Eisenhuth's very, very good back there anyways. He's a good-sized kid, and he's able to really get out laterally and block the ball. And that keeps Holtman at second base, and 3-0 the count now to Rob Dorian. And he'll just set it right down the pipe, 3-1. Matt Sharon, the on-deck hitter. Sharon today is 3 singles and a double. He's 4 for 4 in the ball game.
Stay ahead, bud. Make him work.
But Rutland needing runners and to take advantage of it. That'll be first and second now on back-to-back walks.
Stay hot, dude.
So Matt Sharon with a single in the first, a single in the third, a single in the fifth, and a double in the sixth.
Come on, Matty.
And they're going to have a trip to the mound as, again, there's runners at first and second, 1 down, but it's been pitching from behind here by Spalding that's kind of got him in trouble, and he's in the part of the order, the number 2, 3, 4 section, where he really doesn't want to get down in the count and have to offer up the fastball. You see the head coach setting it up, and we'll just recap. Game started on a Friday. It got rained out in the 3rd inning. We pick it back up on a beautiful day here Saturday. It's the first game of the tournament. And boy, you can't tell you how important it is to get off on that winner's bracket. Loser of this ball game will play the loser of the Bellows Falls Bennington game. That will be played at 4 o'clock today. So they'll have to play twice. Second game will be to their back to the wall, and they'll be eating up their pitching in their innings. But this one far from over. We're in the 8th, scheduled for 9, and Rutland making some noise here in the bottom of the 8th with Matt Sharon at the plate, 1 down and 2 on. And again, decent speed all the way around from second to first to the guy at home base. So Sharon with that good eye will take ball 1.
Come on, Matty.
Bissell, when he was in there, had 9 strikeouts for Bellows Falls. Spalding came on and has thrown a completely different pace of ball. 1-1 to count. And again, Eisenhuth sliding outside, smothering the ball, keeping Holtman at second base. Runs the count now to 2 balls, 1 strike. Rutland down 3 at 6-3. And that'll make it a 3-1 count. So 3 hitters he's gone to 3 balls on. And McLaughlin is the on-deck hitter. I'm 1 ahead of myself. No, it is McLaughlin on deck. And he jumped on it. He popped it up. That looks to be under control, and they collide. And did they hold on to the ball? Yeah, he held on to the ball, and the player remains down on the ground. I believe is LaCroix. Oh, yeah, that was a pretty decent shot Lacrosse took to the shoulder to the head area, and that's the first out today for Matt Sharon, but it came big moment. 2 down now, runners at first and second, and hopefully Lacrosse will be okay, but we'll pick it up on the other side of the fade. So I just want to correct myself. It's Ty Goldman Peak was the injured player down, not Lacrosse out there. So we have 2 down, first and second, and McLaughlin up for post 31. Again, they're in the bottom of the 8th, down 6-3. And strike 1. Spalding on the mound and relief of Bissell. Eisenhuth behind the plate, got the distance at the catcher's position. Holtman at second for post 31, and again they're lunging at some of the pitches, not really being patient. And 0-2 now at Spalding. The pitcher's up 0-2 to McLaughlin. They retrieve the ball. Balls. LaPlaca is the on-deck hitter. He had a double off from Spalding in the last inning. So 0-2, 2 down, 2 on. Pitch going to be high and outside. He'll lay off that. And it'll be 1-2 now, the count. They're playing deep at both corners, and the outfield straight up for McLaughlin. And again, it's a lot different when they saw with Bizzle with the speed and Spalding with all the soft junk coming in and trying to stay back with the weight, not lunge at the pitch, and he'll be fouled off and stays 1-2. Good job with the 2 strikes to stay alive. See, Spalding wants a different ball. We'll bring it into the home base umpire, and a nice, warm, sunny day from Fairhaven, Vermont. You're watching the Southern Vermont Legion Tournament, and Eisenhuth's going to come out and talk to Spalding. Again, Rutland's had people on base. They just haven't gotten the hit they need at the right time in the game. Trying to correct that right now. They beat Bellows Falls in both regular season games.
Let's go, Jeff. Come on, kid.
And that's going to be the shortstop, Cisco. He will pick, run, and fire, and safe at first. Run coming home. He's going to be in. That's Holtman coming in to score for post 31, makes it 6-4. McLaughlin hustling it down the first base line, and then going to third base was Dorian for Rutland. It looked pretty routine on the ground ball to Cisco, but he double pumped the ball and couldn't make the clean throw. And then at first base, they could not come up with it. And so with 2 down, Rutland gets the run. And now LaPlaca up. I said LaPlaca greeted Spalding with a double.
Let's go, buddy.
And LaPlaca now with the tying run at first will take ball 1. Yes, remember, LaPlaca faced Spalding in Spalding's first inning of work, and he was able to pull the ball out to left field, right through the left center field gap. And one of the more patient, experienced in his last year of Legion ball, and that's going to be up and over the dugout, out of play for a 1-1 count now. So first and third, 6-4. Bellows falls up by 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Chris Parker is the on-deck hitter for Rutland. And that'll just float outside for a ball. And everybody kind of had to wait to see the call there for a second. 2 balls, 1 strikes. And I'll tell you, as far as the season has gone, LaPlaca has been a clutch 2-out hitter. And he's up there in a good spot right now. And base hit! He'll drive in another run. You see it go to 6-5. Dorian will tag up. LaPlaca down at first base. LaPlaca with a double and a single off from Spalding. So Rutland, not without a Paul Chet. So they're only down 6-5 now in the bottom of the 8th, and Parker up. Parker today with 1 single, and that was back against Bissell. He'll watch that go outside, and Rutland first and second, 2 down. And we've seen each team, well, we've seen Bellows Falls, mostly they'll create offense after 2 down. Now it's Rutland doing it here in the bottom of the 8th. That'll be high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Count in Parker's favor now. You would kind of anticipate something around the plate with 2 balls, no strikes. There it was, and he'll take it for strike 1. 2-1 to count. And 2 runs in. Tying run down at second base for Rutland. Push the pace is the on-deck hitter. And that's going to tie it up, yes! That's going to drop, and the throw coming in. It's going to be a close play coming at the plate, and he's going to be safe! McLaughlin just motored in to tie it up at 6. And it was a great piece of hitting by Parker. And the runners, LaPlaca and Parker, first and second, and Spalding now with a 6-6 game, and it's going to be the second trip to the mound, and I believe that'll be it for Spalding. Aquistapes will be the next batter up for post 31, who've come back here with 3 in the 8th to tie it up, and they've handed the ball off, and we'll pick it up with the new pitcher for Bellows Falls. So Aquistapes at the plate with the go-ahead run at second base. Blanchard, the new pitcher, he will step out and ask for time. So Blanchard out there, Ben Blanchard to be exact, and he's out there with a 6-6 game, 2 outs though, and with a golden opportunity to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th. And Aquistapes, pretty intimidating. That's past Eisenhuth. The runners will move up, and that'll put them now. We're in scoring position before at second, but now at second and third, they can do wild pitch pass ball, gives them an opportunity to come home, an error. So Blanchard's first pitch is handled. It's a wild pitch. And Aquistapes, runners at second and third. 2 down here. And that's going to be a little nubber, and it's going to stay fair, and they're going to pick it up, and he's safe! He's safe! He was off the bag on a critical play, and Aquistapes is injured down at first base, and it looks like he jammed his ankle. And as you see Coach Sorelli heading down with Coach Bennett, he went sliding underneath the tag. The runner was pulled off the bag. Mike Dorian, the all-world trainer out there for Rutland, who yeah, they called that correctly. Well, we'll regroup, reorganize, and Rutland now with a 7-6 lead. And Aquistapes to be in some kind of pain down there. And they're looking down at the ankle area. He's up and seems to be all right. So whatever Mike Dorian did worked out well. Actually, people on the bench said, look, he runs better now. So 7-6 Rutland, a 4-run 8th has overcome a 6-3 deficit. There's a runner at third in the form of Chris Parker. Sean McGuire at the plate. And Rutland should be content with that 1-run lead. McGuire trying to add to it, get some insurance runs here. Blanchard on the mound. Again, that was just one of those place balls that was hitting the right place, right time, and that's going to be picked up, and the throw to first, and Rutland with a chance to end it in the 9th. They've come all the way back to take a 7-6 lead over Bellows Falls. Justin Pamacala with a chance to get the win here for Rutland with a rally in the bottom of the 8th. They got them 4 runs and just some good hustle, some breaks, some fluke plays. I mean, the run that became the go-ahead run at 7-6 was right at the end of Aquistapes' bat, down between everybody, the catcher, pitcher, and first baseman, and he hustled it. The big guy got it down the line. So Pamacala against Eisenhuth here to get things started off in the 9th. There's strike 1. And if I was listening to the chatter in the dugout, if Aquistapes was unable to continue to play, remember Brewer started the game with the DH and had been replaced. They were going to put LaPlaca at first, bring Parker in to catch. That's going to be a swinging strike on a high fastball. So an 0-2 count, and Rutland trying to come back. They had the 2-1 lead at the end of yesterday when they stopped the game because of the rain. Then they fell behind and played catch-up the whole game. And they had a lot of opportunities that they could not capitalize on until the 8th. So Eisenhuth, good hitter up there with 2 strikes on him. Oh. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes, but a good eye by Eisenhuth will make it a 2-2 count now. Lacrosse is on deck, and it's so important to get that lead-off hitter out. And boy, with the wind blowing, it's going to stay in park and be caught out there by McGuire. That's the same position, same field where the home run was hit, and he got up in the wind, but that'll be a long fly ball out. Remember the two-run homer hit to that side of the field by Fauner back in the 4th inning. Last time up, Lacrosse had struck out. Prior to that, he had a double and a single. He scored a run. And he's up there with one down and nobody on. Rutland trying to get in that winner's bracket. They've used, in over a 2-day span of this one game, 3 pitchers: Turner, Ryan, Pamacala. None of them, though, with a ton of innings on them. Now, tomorrow, if they were to win today and they were to play tomorrow, I don't know if they would come back with Matt Sherry. That's a fair ball. McLaughlin, long throw. Got him. Oh, McLaughlin, great throw under pressure. 2 down now. Rutland looking to mount a serious comeback and get the win. Warner Clark up. He walked his last time up. That was back in the 7th. So Clark and Bellows Falls needing 1 run here to keep this thing going. And boy, he'll turn away from a ball that was high and tight. And the outfield playing relatively deep. And that's going to be outside. 2-0. Again, 2 down, nobody on. You don't want to mess around here with the 3rd out. 2 balls, no strikes. See what LaPlaca comes up with. He wants the fastball down and away, and it was down, and it was away, and it's going to be ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes. And Rutland has a tendency to play very dramatic. And he got a 3-0 count now, and Clark 1 pitch away from, and I would be surprised if he is not taking all the way. Strike 1, and of course it's the old saying, but you take it 1 pitch at a time, and there's a 3-1 count now. And it's up to Pamacala. I need to take it 1 pitch at a time. Strike 2, full count, 3-2, outside corner. And Clark will take a little time, step out of the box, rub up with some dirt on the hands. 7-6 Rutland over Bellows Falls in the top of the 9th. Pamacala will kick fire and foul. Good piece of hitting right there. And boy, I went right over near my wife out there. I tell you, it's a good job by Mrs. Parker, Chris Parker's mom, making a big play over there. We stay at 3-2, and Pamacala took till the ball came back out, and that's what happened. And they're just going to bring it in. Pamacala, big breath. Looks in, set, pitch on the way, and oh. That was a good call, but boy, that's pretty close to take with 3 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be a tying run down at first base. Go-ahead run at the plate with Chris Fauner, who has a 2-run homer back in the 4th. He walked his last time up. His blast cleared the 338 mark by at least 20 feet. He's got a chance to get Bellows Falls the lead. And I'll be very careful with Fauner, and that'll be ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike. And that's popped up on the infield. He's called out. McLaughlin makes the catch, and Rutland will come back from a 6-3 8th inning deficit to win it 7-6. Pamacala will get the win. Rutland will move on to the winner's bracket. That gives them the rest of today off. They'll be back here tomorrow. And again, it was the same situation. Bellows Falls had the lead. Their starting pitcher, Bissell, was doing a nice job. I think I lost track if he had 9 or 10 strikeouts. But when they had to go in for the relief pitching, that's what let them down with Spalding and then with Blanchard. And it'll be Blanchard taking the loss. And Rutland 7, Bellows Falls 6. From Fairhaven, Vermont, I'm Jerry Munger for Munger Vision for PEGTV. Great ball game by both teams. Hey, how you doing? What a beautiful day to be.